White Shoes feels it's an important night for all of you, and it is an important night for Butterflies and Straitjackets and what it may become.
Of course, a huge thank you to you for letting us use your house here on Echoes Second Life. Thank you to all the Second Life audience from across the globe. And, wait, hang on a minute. It seems a bit silly to be talking to all of you in Wellington, when in real life I'm here right now. So everyone just hold on a second, we'll be with you shortly. Thanks for coming tonight and being part of this. It means a lot. I'm not going to bleed on too much about my book because I wrote a book so it can speak for itself. And I did write it for a variety of reasons, which thankfully seem to be becoming less and less important as the book does go out to lots of different people around the world. What seems to become really important right now, which is what should become important, is the book itself and the way it interacts with the readers around the world, and then the way the readers interact with each other. I guess the great thing is the book has become an entity completely independent of me. You see, I never planned to have a book launch at all. I definitely didn't plan to have a Second Life book launch. Didn't really know that existed until a few days ago. But that's the great thing about Butterflies and Straitjackets. It has taken on this life of its own. So some of you probably don't know the story about Butterflies and Straitjackets, how it came to being. I initially got 10 copies printed up. That's all I could get done at the time, and to send it to random people around the world, people I'd met when I was tripping around, and had a letter in the front of it that asked people to let me know what they thought. And yeah, sent them away. The first week I got absolutely nothing back. I was like, I must be the US Postal Service. And a few days later I still hadn't heard anything, so it must have been a shit book. But then yeah, a few days later after that I actually did start getting some emails, and they got more and more over time. People started telling me what they thought of the book. Some people told me they really liked it, other people said it was subversive and terrible. But either way, it seemed to be striking a chord, which I took as a good thing. And then, yeah, a few weeks later, this organisation called White Shoes, who I'd never heard of before, got in contact with me, and they supported me to get it out to a larger audience. So now it's available to lots more people. So the book kept on drifting around. There was probably still, I don't know, maybe only 30, 40 copies in existence. And Ruben at Good as Gold here agreed to stock them in the shop, which is where Sarah Garlick, the book came across her path as well, and she read it and she believed in it. And as such, she's organised this book launch for me. So I've got to say a huge thank you to Sarah for organising this. Without her, it wouldn't have been possible at all. And also a huge thank you to Ellen for helping us out with organising this too. Okay, so where we're at now is the book's in Good as Gold, and there's maybe 30 copies around the world. And I said, oh, that's done well, 30 copies, that's 30 more than I expected to sell. But then orders started arriving. The first random order I got was from Australia. Some guy in Brisbane had heard about it. And a few weeks later, one from Norway. And I think in 1 week I got one from Korea, one from Britain, and one from Scotland. Then one from Canada, and quite a few to the USA, and of course, lots of all my friends in New Zealand, which is great. They've been supporting me and buying the books. I really appreciate it. And then someone online, Wendy Steeplechase, who I believe you've just met, received a copy of the book as well. She believed in it, and she helped me organise a Second Life book launch. And when I say she helped me organise, it was me sitting there going, what keys do I press? And yeah, it's pretty scary trying to get something like that going, because yeah, with New Zealand's broadband it can just fall apart really, really easily. So yeah, basically, apparently that's one thing that hasn't occurred in New Zealand before, possibly as a world first, to have a book launch simultaneous in a virtual world and here in Wellington, New Zealand. So while I wrote Butterflies and Straitjackets, where it goes now and how it develops is up to the readers, as it has been from the very first books that I put out there. The 10 drift copies were sent out with a letter that said, "You have received this book as someone who will appreciate the gift, help it grow and pass it on." And that's also why all of you have been chosen to be here tonight. You're the types of people I think will appreciate this book and help it grow and pass it on. As those of you who have read the book know, Butterflies and Straitjackets is not a normal book, and it's not been given to the world in a normal way. So if you believe in butterflies and straitjackets once you've read it, if it resonates with you, tell someone about it. And bloody good for me if you told everyone you know about it. You're all a part of this now, because the future of butterflies and straitjackets is truly in your hands. It's not going to be put out there by marketers or big business or even bookshops. It's about like-minded people spreading it between each other. If you don't like it, yeah, read it and say, I don't really like it, don't tell anyone about it. But if you do like it, it's up to you to help it spread. And yeah, that's all I've got to say about that. Where's the price going?
Yeah.
Got a few?
Yeah.